All right, everyone. We are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you are having a fantastical day, wherever you might be in this beautiful planet Earth of ours.
Fantastical for this day might not be
Fantastical indeed.
true. Might not be true if you know what today is in.
Hey, it's Friday the 13th. Hell yeah.
No! Anyway, moving on. Next up on the show, we have Noble.
And I'm having technical difficulties, everybody.
Bad luck already. Bummer.
Avira, it's the 14th here in Australia.
Well, it's residual bad luck.
Lottery numbers are
It carries over.
47, 22, 8.
Okay.
Let me guess, you basically lost money on the tickets.
Like I always do.
Well, of course. Unless, of course, you end up being that guy from Lost and he gets cursed as a result of it.
I still haven't seen that show yet.
God, that show was a weird trip. Used to watch it back then. And anyway, rounding out our panel today, we have Beowulf.
Jack of all trades, master of absolutely nothing. Enjoying the Friday the 13th in all its wonderful bad luck.
Dude, tell me about it, because I've had a friggin' miserable week all week long. And all this bad
You kind of
juju
had
is
the
just-
opposite from what you were saying earlier. So, your
Oh,
Friday
goodness.
was actually sunshine and happiness.
Oh, that didn't happen until yesterday. Well, Friday, towards the end of my working day.
Okay, but for you, would it be Friday the 12th or would it be Friday the 13th?
Bro, calendar's the calendar.
Okay, so yeah, it would be Friday the 13th then.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
yeah.
I said, he actually had a good Friday the 13th. Where
Oh
everything
wow!
came out
All right,
good.
yeah. Oh, but you know why though? Because
The rest
Jolt
of his
is
week was garbage.
living upside down. Like everything's
Yeah.
backwards there. I mean, Friday the 13th is like good luck for Australians.
Brah!
You know?
Better Australia so far.
That's just how it is. That's like a good
beyond
luck
everything
day.
else. It's like, oh no, the 14th is the bad day in Australia.
Yeah, sure, probably.
Okay, now it makes sense because it's not sunny right now.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Absolutely. For anyone listening, if you have any superstitions or anything regarding Friday the 13th, like let us know in the comments. I mean, I for one, I don't walk under ladders. I just actively avoid that if I see it. Maybe I'm paranoid. Shit, I don't know. But like,
You
I don't
wouldn't
know,
be
man.
the only person I'm sure.
Avira, OHS.
I also don't like breaking mirrors because that's no,
Not
don't
gonna
do
attempt that fate.
no way. Absolute 7 years of bad luck? You kidding me? Absolutely not. I ain't gonna risk that. Like just in case it's real. I mean, I don't know, but
What about
no.
throwing salt over your left shoulder?
Well, that's what that you do that if you accidentally spill the salt and you're like, oh crap, I just spilled something. Then you throw it over your shoulder to kind of like prevent it. Kind of like knocking on wood. It's like that analogy.
Right.
It's like to prevent it. That's a little crazy, but like, hey, whatever.
Hey, Jolt, sounds like someone's trying to get to your salt stash.
Oh,
Fuck, my salt stash is jealously guarded, okay? And it is a mountain so tall, and it keeps getting taller every
yo,
single
it's so
day.
tall.
Oh, yeah? Oh, here's another superstition. Ali, next Virginian. I don't open an umbrella inside.
That's a good one. Yeah, I don't do that either. Oh yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I guess if I wanted superstitions, I just have I have a psychic in training who I know. I get all this, all of this spiritual craziness that I know of.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I got my fill for stories like that. But no, if you do watch certain movies, it is the day of a certain famous movie character, Friday the 13th.
That's right.
I prefer the Shalidalic version of him.
Hmm. So, well, without further ado, Noble, you want to start us off with what you're willing to share with us?
Ah, yes. So, I came across some interesting pictures from a movie that was released a couple years ago. The only difference is they look 10 times better.
Right.
Now, if I
And
do this correctly, we
I've got
should
the screen
see.
share up with you too.
Allow. There we go. So this is what
No.
Timon,
This is the
sorry,
Lion King.
what Pumbaa should have looked like originally. This was his original design.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I've seen this. Yeah.
I came across this only recently, which really pisses me off. But this is what we could have had. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Michael what?
Timon. Oh,
No,
Michael
this is
Cook.
Timon.
Timon.
Michael
That
Cook, his
just
character designer.
I
it
would
just
imagine.
looks so much better.
Oh yeah,
We
when
could
you
have had this.
when you have realistic stuff.
Oh, that's a
is-
good one. Look at that. Oh man,
Yes.
that scar. Holy shit. Wait, no. Oh my goodness.
and
Yeah, that's
Scar.
amazing.
And then Zazu.
You see, like there you can tell he's smiling. Like he actually has some emotion in there.
And you can tell that's Simba.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can't-
realism is great.
I've
I
seen
can't-
other
Yeah?
videos on YouTube about like
Oh, and there he goes.
Up and he gone. He gone.
Well,
just-
it's clear
I mean,
Avira has gotten the shits over the prospective
Wow.
imagining of the Lion King.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think the realism has a place, but I mean, given this is
The-
like childhood
the-
levels of stuff that you remember, it's like I don't like this.
The Lion King the director seriously had his head up his ass. Turning these design concepts down just pissed me off something shocking.
Yeah, and
Hey,
you're back,
back.
Avira.
Oh, sorry about that. Like I was saying, what we basically see from like some of the fan art, like created versions, they look a lot better because they actually show expressions.
But what we have right now is, with the current adaptation of the Lion King, the live action one, is something that's like lifeless and emotionless.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. Like they try to look super realistic, but it's not.
I mean,
It
a
doesn't
little bit of
have
body
any
language
like,
goes a long
soul
ways.
to it.
Yeah,
Avira,
Exactly right.
remember how? Sorry, Avira, remember how you said you didn't like the Bad Wolf? What was that movie from last
the
time?
bad guys.
The bad guys.
Bad guys.
Yeah, well, because it looked like
Called
too cartoony. I didn't appreciate its value at the time. I do now. I'm a changed person.
And you
Sorry.
called it bad animation.
Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, I know.
The Lion King has bad animation. So an example with bad animation in The Lion King is that when Simba is bouncing around, he just comes to a sudden stop. Where in proper traditional Disney animation, there would
Well-
be the sudden jolt and then the fall. Is it called the fall through or the follow on, where his body
Yeah,
sort
the
of flexes for
principle.
a bit and then bounces back?
Yeah. Well, dude, here's like one of the main problems here. If you were to take a screenshot, any screenshot from The Lion King, like the original animated version, I could absolutely tell what character it is. If you were to take a screenshot of the new live action CGI Lion King, I would have no idea what you're talking about. Like I would have thought it might be like a picture that you took in like the Sahara or something. Like I couldn't tell it's actually like intrinsically Lion King. You know what I mean?
I
Like
think
it has no essence to it.
Hmm.
No. Right. And so with the, you have to make it look believable when you do the live action thing, really. Like, the animation's got to be, like, on point.
Yeah, like it's got to reflect the characters for sure.
Yeah.
That artwork hit that sweet spot of the fantasy aspect with realism.
You know, hey Vera, I want to ask you this question. Regardless of what regarding what you think about the current, liking like the live action one with its animation and all that,
Yeah.
would you say, like, what do you think of it? Would you say that the current movie in its form gives you the shits?
That's a what? Gives me the shits. No, I I wouldn't want to watch it again. I mean, that's for sure. If I want to watch The Lion King, I'm not gonna waste 2 hours of my time watching that crap. No, I'm gonna watch the original Lion King. Like that. That's what I'm gonna do. So nah, like I don't. I'm not gonna watch that cash grab of a bullshit movie. Like nah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I wouldn't say it gives me the shits per se, but like nah, it is pretty shitty though. Like, what did they do to Rafiki? I mean, come on, man. That was just, they did him dirty.
Oh, I want to see
They
the original
really
concept
did,
again.
man, right? Like, what the heck?
I
I would love-
I didn't watch the live remake or whatever it was.
You're lucky. Yeah, unfortunately,
did
I
I.
fucking did. Oh my god, man. Yo, Rafiki, the wizard monkey, oh my goodness. All of his magical scenes were, like, so diluted in the live action, quote-unquote live action. Man, it was bonkers.
That's not surprising to me because whenever they make a live action quote unquote stuff, it just tends to be really diluted and everything. There's nothing special about it. They take all the Disney stuff out of a Disney film.
Yeah, dude, you're so right. And one of the magical things about The Lion King is the fact that, yeah, sure, it's like, a story, but the animation itself at the time was freaking groundbreaking. Like what they were doing. It took, I believe it was like 2 years to do that stampede scene, like right as Mufasa was dying. That whole scene took like a year or and a half, like almost 2 years to like animate. And it was like breaking technology at the time. But like every like eye movements of the characters, like, man, it is freaking powerful. Like no wonder they won all these awards. And of
I'm
course,
gonna
no wonder
date myself
they tried
right
to
quick,
reboot it, right?
but I watched it on VHS.
Same.
Like I still actually own the VHS. All my Disney movies are still on VHS. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Cool.
Your VCR still working?
Yes, it is.
Yay!
We even have the tape rewinder because we had a VCR at one point in time that didn't rewind VCRs.
Oh, yep.
Those were the days.
Yep. You had to get one of those. Absolutely.
I got lucky though, and I managed to pick up some Sony VHS players that were towards the end of its life.
Mm.
Brand new
Okay.
one there. And damn, they are fancy.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I want to try to see if I can get S video out of it by tinkering with the innards.
Wow, you guys are just basically making me hankering for old movies now.
Yeah, that
The good
nostalgia.
stuff. Yeah,
Song of the
What-
South.
from the past.
No, nostalgia. I didn't say that.
Bro. Oh well, but we'll be touching on more things like these in this, in today's stuff. So stay tuned. But now the next thing I'd like to move on to is recent convention news. Avira. Let's take a look at what's happening on the wire with Furcon and why I named this the way I did.
Indeed. Now, for those of you who have been in the fandom for a while, obviously Anthrocon is one of the biggest cons ever. In fact, it was the biggest con for, I think, about a decade, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
MFF
And
has
then
more
Rambles.
members. But basically, here's what's going down. Unfortunately, FFA... FFA... I'm sorry, Anthrocon... they have some new policies regarding their Headless Lounge. So here's their official announcement. It says, To reduce the potential increased transmission of droplets and particles through the air. This is, by the way, they're talking about the coronavirus. We will not be having any fans in our headless zones. The room will be set to cooler temperatures and we'll have water services as much as we can to assist with cooling. And will be monitoring the room more frequently to ensure a get in, cool off, get a drink, and then leave policy. We'll be using additional space. We'll be using that additional space to increase social distancing between tables and chairs for first sitters to rest. So basically, you can't just go to the Headless Lounge and chill. They're promoting social distancing. Obviously they're afraid of the coof, and they say, hey, you go in there, take your head off, get a drink, and then you leave. There's no fans because droplets in the air. Apparently, the miasma. I guess like the air is poison or some shit. That's what they're announcing, and this is nuts. What's really funny? FFA actually did announce something very similar to this. In fact, it was a complete opposite. And they said, "Are you tired of getting the jab and have mask mandates? No, we're just a regular Furcon. Like, come here instead." That's a very good point to have.
Well, I
Because
mean,
like cons used to be
they're
normal,
following
but
their
now
local mandates. I mean,
exactly, yeah. I mean, dude, cons used to be normal. Even in states where like there are no mask mandates or like vaccine passports or any bullshit like that, there's still a lot of furry cons that are still so terrified of the virus that they're putting all these restrictions everywhere. Look at Anthrocon. Like, did you really want to wear a mask like at a Furcon? That's pretty weird, man. That's like some 1984 Orwell shit.
no. It's do you want to wear a mask under your mask that you're wearing a balaclava?
Right, that's
Dude,
it.
yeah. They tried to do that to us in Denver. That was messed up. I was like, fuck no.
I like being alive. I like the realm of the living. I don't want to have to take the freaking
The death,
party
the
bus
death
to the
shot.
hospital.
Yeah, no blood clots here. Absolutely. Or like heat strokes from like not being able to fucking breathe. Like a mask under your fursuit. Like, get real. No way are people gonna do that. They're gonna pass out in the hallways.
Well, that's
Sitting
also
here-
probably why the fursuit parade was like 10 people. No.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, no.
Sitting here and hearing the way they described it just sounds really rude.
The way they describe the Headless Lounge, or
Yeah, it basically is saying fuck off. Get in,
yeah,
get your drink, and then fuck off.
And they explicitly said that they're going to be patrolling it. Like they're going to be checking in every now and then to make sure that people don't hang out there. So that's kind of a creepy thing. That
bro.
The funny thing
is
that they're like, hey, we're gonna get rid of fans because circulating air is bad, and then you think about it for a second, and it's like, no.
Bro, fans are a blessing. Like, I don't know like how many cons you've been to, but bro, I've been to a lot of them. And when you go to the Headless Lounge, just taking your head off, standing in front of a fan is like the best feeling ever. And now Anthrocon is gonna get rid of that because of COVID. Yo, fuck that.
Yeah, guess who's not gonna go suiting at a con like that? This guy.
Me neither.
Full suit plus no fan. No, I'm just gonna go to my room and get out of it and let it dry for like 6 hours because I'm gonna die from freaking sweating to death.
Yeah, exactly. Like at this point, like what's the point of the Headless Lounge? Like, oh, you go in there, you get a drink of water, and then you leave like after 30 seconds. Otherwise, they're gonna like be patrolling and like make sure you leave. No fans at all. Like, bro, it gets hot in fursuit.
If it's in the middle of events and stuff, like for me, if I'm in suit and I'm really hot and I'm still wanting to be in suit, I'm gonna go to a Headless Lounge. I'm gonna take off my head. I'm gonna get a couple drinks of water.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get back out because I want to be in suit. I want to have fun out in suit. But if it's something that I want to, chill out and relax a little bit and talk with other suitors without having to talk through, 12 inches of foam or whatever else.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Like that's what it's for.
Away from everybody else, because heaven forbid we break magic and stuff.
Well, I do
I feel
have
that
an
for that one.
opinion on the whole breaking the magic thing. I'm not really a big fan of that, but like if I do ever take off my head, yeah, it would be in the Headless Lounge. I'd be there for a bit, fans and water and crap.
I had to
But
ruin the magic for thousands of people at MFS because
how dare you? No,
it's
man, I'm not about whatever. That's a whole different thing. But
Yeah.
what's really funny about Anthrocon is they're in July. Like it is fucking hot. The last time I was at
I don't
Anthrocon, it was like 90 degrees out in the
I don't
middle of
care if
fucking
you're in a
July.
convention center. You, I don't care if you're
Dude, it's
indoors.
still
It's still going to be
man.
warmer.
Okay, but like you go outside, like the lobby, you're in like the little waiting area, or like you come back
But
from the parade, and it's like 100 degrees out. Like, bro, you're dying.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I fully understand it. It's the fact that when it's hotter outside, the air conditioning is already having to work hard to keep it whatever they set it at. And
True.
usually they turn it up several degrees when there's thousands of people in there because they don't want to blow out their air conditioners. So
Mhm.
instead of, hey, you have 1,000-person thing, we're going to set the air conditioning at 65 degrees. You have 5,000 people. Oh, we're going to set it at 75 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Or,
Yep.
heaven forbid, an air conditioner goes out. When you're
Yeah, and then like a
in
whole
the
wing of
middle
the
of it,
hotel is messed up. Yeah, for sure.
and then everyone's dying, and fursuiters are just gonna not fursuit. This is a great way to basically make people say, "Nah, I don't think it's worth bringing even a fursuit to this," or "Nah, I'm not gonna attend this convention because of this."
The fact that like Anthrocon, like one of the biggest cons out there, is still saying that they want to use additional space for social distancing. Like they're
Yeah,
still
that's a big
promoting
one.
that. That's a big man. That's messed up. I mean, real
Bro,
social
bro,
distancing at a Furcon, like that's unspeakable.
Fuck that shit. Bro,
At that point, you might even not have a con to begin with. Like, what the heck?
You'd be asking, can they actually perform that miracle?
Man, I don't know. It's weird. Like the fact that they make that announcement just about that specifically. Like,
yeah,
what the
well,
heck?
if in that it's like, what do you want to do? Like, how are you gonna cool the whole room if if you keep everyone apart and all that? Like, you might as well like mandate all the cubicles like for suitors to cool off.
You might, yeah. Well, that would actually be incredible.
Or like one of those little, one of those little COVID bubbles or a friggin' whatsoever. Like a literal hamster ball for a fursuiter.
If you did like a cubicle with like 4 box fans on the top and like 1 on each side, do you know how incredible that would be? Just like a door you walk in through, like a screen door on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Like fursuiters would literally pay money to be in one of those.
Oh,
I
heck
would
yeah.
at least.
Yeah, probably.
Amazing. But no,
I mean,
yeah.
I would basically have a friggin' hamster ball.
I would do it for the meme.
Yeah, you might
Yeah,
say you'd have a ball with it.
But, I mean, canines. You'd bring all the canines.
Yes.
They'd all be swarming you.
Exactly. Yeah, but look, thing is, the social distancing thing in Furcon, right now, I can tell you for a fact that social distancing is just practically like a suggestion, not something that people follow down here at least, because the coup seems to be dying down here.
Well, that and you
present
went
time.
from down there. They went kind of authoritarian, and everyone was like, "Heaven forbid we break the rules."
Yeah,
for a little bit.
there's been a lot of
Here it was
protests.
like, specifically where I'm from, it was like maybe the first 3 months of the pandemic. We were like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll follow these rules, and then after that, it was like, okay, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay. Here's some more guidelines for the fursuit cooling zones
boy.
that Anthrocon has put up. Anthrocon will be operating its headless zones with the following policy. But they've changed that, right? Like, this is from their website right now. So I'm not sure how recent this is. But you know
I
what?
guess it's
But
the
here's the
best
thing.
update.
They said no fans. And now they said fans. Like,
Yeah, but
hold on. Wait, so
on that
this is
specific
their
Twitter,
website.
on that specific Twitter thread, like Anthrocon themselves posted, like, oh, well, actually, listening to the people, we'll be adjusting our guidelines accordingly.
Well, what I think just happened is they posted that on Twitter, and
They got
people
slapped.
like us, like had a lot of backlash, and they were like, actually, we will have fans, but
Yeah. Now,
we're also going to be social distancing too. Like they literally changed their policies like overnight.
yes.
I mean, come on,
And
no, trust the science, right? Yeah, what are they talking
Well,
about?
they are trusting the science. The
Yeah,
science is
what
popular
science?
opinion.
Come on.
what
So
science?
this
Right.
is
Let's
their
have a
first
look.
post here. It says
Let's
we
have a
will
look.
be including fans in our headless zone spaces to assist with cooling fursuiters, which will be augmented by additional safety measures with the goal of balancing the need for cooling while minimizing direct transmission of particles. Okay. And following safety guidelines. Right. They're
So
still all
overhead
about the
fans.
particle crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
For
so
2022, we will not be utilizing our head cooling trees. Oh, really? That's a bummer. Our head cooling trees, as they are a significant risk of potential spread from both physical contact and airborne spread. Wow. Okay,
go just
that's
buy.
interesting.
If people are really worried about the vid, why not just go buy like the big tubs of the Clorox or antibacterial wipes so people can wipe down the tree like when they're gonna use it.
Yeah,
It
like have a staff member there to clean it, I guess. Like, but then again, at the end of the day, like I've put my head on trees before at multiple different conventions, and I never got sick. I mean, some people get con crud. I mean, that's just what happens
but
sometimes. But
concrete is COVID, don't you know?
well, now it is. Yeah, apparently. Let's see. Additionally, we will be reinforcing messaging for fursuiters not to use their not to use fans. No, wait, not to use fans to dry their fursuit or fursuit heads directly, as the fans are being used for general cool. Okay, what, bro? That's what? No. If I'm like at a in the headless lounge and I take my head off, I'm gonna like stand in front of a fan and like cool my head off. Like that's what happens. Jeez, man, this is
That's like the
crazy.
most inconsistent message I've ever heard. Like,
It's like this is what furries do. Like, what are they talking about? Like, what are you supposed to do? Take your head off and
you know,
just like get a drink of water and like get out
like
before you get yelled
I
at?
go
Like,
in to the Headless
Yeah,
Lounge.
that's basically what it is. It's you're not allowed to stay here, but you can visit, kind of thing. Like how pretty much everyone reacts to a car that has California plates.
I'm not an American. How
Oh,
do they
better not
react?
be moving here.
Exactly right. Like, but yes, also another thing: social distancing practices between tables and chairs will also be applied to further promote safety in our headless zones. Yeah, ergo going back to let's speculate. I'm gonna have like a big, a big office block cubicle where everyone has their own little, cordon off room with fans and fans and fans and fans because everyone's
no,
one half
dude,
part.
Anthrocon is enormous. Like, it's incredibly freaking huge. And I've been to like the dealer's den or like before, and there's like hundreds of tables, probably about like 300 tables. I'm just guessing. There's a lot of them, all right next to each other, like in rows. It's all organized. So what are they saying here? They're gonna have like 6 feet between each table. They're gonna have to like double their territory if they actually want to have that many people. Like the same amount of people at that they would usually get, only like 6 to 10 feet apart.
And yeah, that's there goes.
Not.
That literally would put you at half capacity.
Yeah, that's well, so social distancing, right? Like that's what they're talking about. So, I mean, yeah,
Does that
probably.
mean like the individual dealers as well? Because I've seen dealer tables where there's two different people at a single table, as like I don't know if they're partners or what their relation is, but if they're two separate individuals who came, separately, do they have to stay 6 feet apart?
Man, I don't know.
This is why
I don't
social
know.
distancing is dumb.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
And no one can get to your table unless you're sitting at it long ways. Like you're sitting on the small end and your customer's on the other long end or short end. It's like that's not how this works. thousands of people going into a single room unless you're gonna make them go in single file with giant hula hoops that are 6 feet freaking wide hanging from their hips or whatever isn't going to work unless you literally force people to be apart.
Yeah, no, like no, this is the first time that Anthrocon is actually going to be like physically back, and I guarantee they're going to lose at least a couple thousand members. Like their attendance is going to be not like it used to be.
Well, I mean, any of the cons that are enforcing, stuff like this, it's super, super strict about it. Their attendance is down.
Yeah, totally.
But, that's everyone's like, oh, it's just the COVID. Oh, it's because you're putting in these weird authoritarian grips at power that you don't need to do anymore. Because
Yeah,
we all know
dude,
it's
it's
not
the
really that
paranoia.
dangerous.
The other thing I would be asking regarding these rules is whether or not the local authorities have stated that they have to do this.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you're having large groupings, that's the other part. Is they're like, well, if it's less than 10, it doesn't matter. But if it's over 10, here's a booklet of 700 pages of guidelines you have to follow.
I'm not
So
quite
what-
familiar with Pennsylvania state laws, but I'm pretty sure that it's up to private organizations to determine what safety measures they want to include.
Well,
But
I think
state-wise,
actually come down
law-wise,
to-
it's not like a mandate or anything.
well, it might be down to Pittsburgh itself. Might have a separate mandate than it's the rest of the state.
Yeah, like city laws. Yeah,
That's
I'm not too well versed about that. I really don't know.
Look,
No,
it's one thing
I
to
don't either.
definitely their PR needs to be updated, or at
Mhm.
least they need to get someone like better, considering the type of organization they are and what they're doing.
I mean, it's like
But
Denver.
still,
Denver had the same thing. Like they're all like masks and stuff will be enforced in shots, even though the city of Denver's like, yeah, you don't need this anymore.
You try my state, for instance. We've got you're not allowed to smoke at bus stops anymore, yet you still see tons of people smoking.
But they just don't do it at the bus stop. They do it like
No, I've seen people sitting at my bus stop when I'm waiting for a bus, smoking, and then they get up and they piss off because
Yep,
they
that seems
they
about
sat
right.
specifically there to have a cigarette, and then
That seems about
go off
right.
somewhere else.
To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like who's gonna enforce that law? Like you're just sitting there, waiting for the bus. All right, you got 3 minutes. All right, I'll light up for a bit. 2 minutes go by. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go catch a bus. Like no one's gonna arrest you for that. Like unless there's a cop literally standing right there and he actually
No,
cares
they're
enough.
not going to arrest you.
No,
But if
they're
a
gonna be
police
like,
officer is
"Hey,
there and he has a stick
do
up his ass, he'll give you the $250 fine.
250. That's kind of lame.
Yeah. It was specifically brought in for public locations like that if you're sick. So it really falls down to the whole SARS thing as well. If local authorities put it in as a requirement, but as I said, just the way that this con's gone around advertising and notifying everyone of this, it just sounds really bad.
Well, as much as they do that, I would like to think that they're just abiding by their state and or like city guidelines, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure like all those laws were kind of lifted quite some time ago, and they're just trying to be safe and
Well, yeah,
make
they're
people feel
trying-
okay. Like a mask, you have to wear a mask if you don't have a fursuit head on, stuff like that, or you have to like show like your medical papers to like these neckbeard furries. That's kind of messed up to me, honestly.
There's a
And
store
they
in my
still
state.
require that.
There's what's called Area 52 in Hobart, where in order to go in, you either have to have a mask or you have to have your record of your shot. That's it
Vaccination.
That's
to be able to
messed up.
get in.
Yeah,
And
but
this
now
place has a lot of kids going through it. I mean,
the
it's a game shop, and comic books and cards. And, place is nuts sometimes.
Yeah.
That's another shit though, because that thing is just a thing of the past down here. So, yeah. Anyway, so ultimately, at the end of the day, what do you think about all this? As a suitor, goddamn, you damn right. I am gonna hog that fan to cool my head off and to cool me off if I'm sweating if I'm sweating bad.
Yeah, yeah, bro, totally.
There. I've said. Anyway, and I am gonna stay there for as long as I need to.
Need
No.
to. What about
No.
want?
Get a drink of water and leave. You're not allowed.
You're
Shame.
not allowed to stay in front of that fan for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah, God forbid. Ugh.
Like,
Oh,
really.
Anthrocon is totally. Oh man, it's going downhill. That's a bummer. Like Anthrocon used to be super fun.
Now it's a. Anyway,
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
next thing. Now, the next item we've got here on the show is this. Verto deserves better from Nintendo and Mario games.
I swear, why?
Why is this even?
Why does this
something,
even need to be?
why
Oh,
is this even
goodness.
an issue?
Oh boy, what is happening here?
Although
Did anyone
there's
ever hear the
evidence
term? Sorry,
You're
a
about to say
mountain
something.
over a molehill.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the expression that we were looking for. Mountain over a molehill. That's perfect.
This
And
isn't
this
even
is
a molehill. Like this is like an ant pile.
Yeah. So, but as you can see now, this Birdo has long been a staple character in Nintendo's many Mario games, but the company's inconsistent messaging in regards to Birdo's gender is a disservice to what could be an important trans character for transgender representation.
No,
Okay.
no.
Rose
So-
female. Period.
Out of curiosity,
Answer
what
for
happens
you.
if this thing's asexual?
It's
Or
not
doesn't-
anything.
doesn't
It's a
have gender?
fictional video game character. Why the crap is there a trans flag? What's happening?
Because
What?
No, no.
you have to
Avera.
make it something about this.
I
What
want to go
world?
I want to go down the road that this thing's going down as well.
Oh,
Look,
my
What
same.
happens if this thing doesn't actually identify or has a gender?
I don't know. What's going on here, man?
I
Joel?
didn't even know how this even came to be. But and from the gripe of things, like look at this little sentence here. Birdo's preferred gender has been and continues to be handled poorly. And we're like,
Ah, jeez.
It's a fictional character. It can be whatever you want it to be.
so the idea of Birdo being an early transgender video game character comes from Nintendo's own instruction manual for Super Mario Bros. 2, where it explained that Birdo, quote unquote, thinks he's a girl and would, quote unquote, rather be called Birdetta. Okay, now let's.
What?
You
No,
want to make it an issue over something that's not an issue.
I have a feeling that 0 people have ever thought about this. Like nobody cares. Maybe
No,
not 0.
there's-
Maybe like the
there's-
one person that wrote this article as like a satire.
Yeah, and
what
the
the
thing
crap?
was, Super Mario Bros. 2. When was that released back in Japan? Like maybe what, late 1980s?
Yeah, something like that. No one ever thought of this character as possibly they're trans. No, well that would mean that they're a guy that wanted to be a girl, or like vice versa. No, it's a fictional
It's
fucking
Verto.
cartoonish character in a game, man. What the heck?
What happens if Birdo's just a cross-dresser?
Right. Could be a
It's
I mean,
actually
Bug
in,
Bunny is. I mean, why not?
There's actually a game where you hear Birdo's
Right?
voice. And I
You-
can't remember what it is. It was on the Game Boy
You know,
Advance. I remember that much.
it's-
But it's distinctly a female voice.
Okay, so it's a female. Why is this an issue? Oh my god, man.
I think people need to find something better
Heaven
to do.
forbid there's
Yeah, oh.
anything that anyone can have that's freaking holy or sanctified.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, Nothing is holy ground to these people. It's crazy.
We'll get to that more soon, as because I've got something that's just right for what's there,
Hmm.
like with this sort of thing. But have a read of this. This is like one of those. Oh, this statement. As the trans community continues to fight for deserved rights, the language used even when discussing fictional characters is extremely important. Bruh.
Extremely important.
It's not. It's really not.
I know.
Just use the character's name.
Let's see, and then it goes on. The games industry has recently made strides with major developers and publishers signing a letter opposing the Texas anti-trans bill. But proper representation is helpful, and helpful in destigmatization. Oh, how to get that destigmatization?
Oh, I think
So
there's
this is a political
same,
move. Then they're protesting a bill in Texas. This is
oh well,
okay.
if Florida broke them so bad that they went,
Good,
they
my.
got the shit
Ugh.
so hard, which they are kind of doing right now, and they're doing this out of which we obviously can tell is desperation and fear combined.
Oh, and gasp! Even as recently as 2018, Nintendo has failed to come to a conclusion on Birdo's gender. Oh, the humanity! With Super Mario Party, according to Nintendo Life,
The
depending
reason
on which
being,
localization
Nintendo
is
doesn't
family
think
friendly.
it's an issue.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my god, like depending on like which localization is played, Birdo is referred to with female, male, or non-gender specific pronouns. But honestly, why do we care? Why does anyone care about this?
Because they can't have more than one. They have to
Oh my
choose
god,
one.
I don't care. What
Yeah,
the
I
heck?
get it. I'm saying you said why. Why does it matter? I just gave you why it matters. Because
I
someone cares.
don't dude, yeah, cares enough to like write a freaking article about this, questioning the genders of some game character. Oh my bonkers.
0.007% of gamers care.
Yeah. So it says, oh jeez. Uh, with its family-friendly image, Nintendo is notoriously careful with how its how its
Private characters
characters are
they
used.
use.
As such, localization oversights continue to obfuscate longtime Mario characters that could be contributing to normalizing trans identities, even if only through having some long-deserved identity affirmation.
All right, let's stop there for a second. Like
What?
identity affirmation. I think the closest example I can come up with is: have you guys watched the show or are familiar with Happy Tree Friends?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I love Happy Tree Friends. That's beautiful.
Do
Yes.
you know a character called Flaky?
Yep.
And and it's that the whole thing has just been a thing of mystery and speculation. Flaky's actual gender has
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there was
that's
one episode where Flaky was using the whatever the other gender's bathroom, but we never could tell like what Flaky's gender specifically is, or it was never stated.
I mean, I didn't really look too much into it in that regard. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
the writers just said it was like just a great like a mystery and just played it off as that.
All
You
right.
can't do that in this day and age. You have to choose one. You are
Yeah,
either
you have
A,
to be
B, or
assigned a
C.
label.
Yeah, that's where all of this comes from. Is you must have a label, and it's because of participation. Yeah, participation trophies.
Yep. Everyone's a winner. Yay.
Well, how do you get uniqueness when everyone's a winner? You assign yourself a label.
Yeah. Special snowflake. Because every
I
snowflake is
think
unique.
I don't know what the what they're thinking up there. What the Japanese are thinking right at the every moment, but I think it's
Probably thinking about
when
how
they have
stupid these people are.
yeah, maybe that too, or maybe there's got to be some element of mystery around that sort of thing. You know,
Well, granted, I played an American version of the Mario game, so therefore, if the Americanized person or the Americanized Birdo is female, then it's female in America because there's different localizations. Like they do localizations for everything.
yeah. And
Right,
sometimes
and I'm sure
localizations.
if they had like a different voice, like let's say if a male voice actor was voicing that character, people in that country would probably think, okay, it's a guy,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
But
Yeah,
like
because you can't really tell. It's like it's a fictional like animal fantasy thing. You can't really tell. I mean,
I mean,
kind of.
it's no different than like I saw someone posted like a screen cap of a particular scene in Zootopia where in each localization there was a different news anchor.
Oh, that yes, I saw that. In China they had a
It was a
panda.
panda. Like
Yep.
New Zealand,
In
Australia was a
Canada they had a
koala.
moose.
Yeah,
They had a moose. Yeah, dude, I saw that. That was wild, right? That's
it's a
cool.
localization. It's something that hey, this is more familiar kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, like, but sometimes localizations don't, like, they either get lost in translation or they don't get adapted like right, from the source material true and properly.
Yeah, that
And
also
even then,
happens.
but even then, it's no cause for umbrage over this sort of thing. Something so, you know,
Trivial.
yeah, trivial, minute, and sometimes mystery is good. But
A lot of people usually don't realize is that sometimes not knowing is best.
right,
And before you learn Verto, some brain sucking parasite that just inhabited like a Yoshi or something.
Oh boy.
Like, well, you guys wouldn't shut up about it, so
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is now we're basically going to unravel the mystery that is Verto, and you know what? Mystery solved. Yeah, this is what you get. You want all the answers, and that's what the answers you're getting. But I digress, though. Japan. Never
and
change.
all your
Also, and
weirdness.
don't this, and just don't buckle to the to the opinions of the declining West, please.
I think it's more of a flat spin at this point, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
It's not a decline. It's a very rapid, unscheduled
tailspin.
disassembly descent.
Yeah, the rapid tailspin of the West, American Empire. But there's more to it than that. Zed.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, pretty awkward. But one last thing to cover for this week that I've kind of wanted to touch on, which is very, very similar to what we've got lined up towards the end. Rick Riordan decided, Disney got their hands on Percy Jackson and the novel series Percy Jackson, and they're basically making a TV show out of it. Now that the Percy Jackson books, who's read them? It's quite a popular children's book.
This is
No,
something I've not read in my earlier years, but it's something I am looking forward to. It looks pretty promising.
Right. Like, I mean, the whole premise is it's about these mythological, figurines where they go into like these, these things like Greek gods and, what have you.
Yeah.
And, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Greek gods. Right now, they're adapting this, and the biggest umbrage right now is that they've race swapped certain characters, like, which is also something that's happened to recent TV series as of late. I mean, like, look at Halo, for example.
Yeah, like how about
Oh,
they have a
yeah.
human as their leader? Yeah, tell me how that works out.
Yes.
Or how they're
So-
trying to destroy Lord of the Rings with race swapping like dwarves and stuff. Yeah. I
Right.
see.
So here's the fun thing, Here's the one characters here. Annabeth Chase. And this was the artwork that was in in the books.
Okay.
Clearly you can see
Yeah.
blonde haired white white girl. Then we got
Yeah.
daughter of the Greek goddess Athena. And yeah. Now the adaptation of this is
Oh, this looks like the dwarf that I was just talking about from Lord of the Rings. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, like literally the same person with like the poofy hair. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
That's
And see,
racist.
look, this
why are they
is
doing this?
Because they can. It's Disney. They're gonna race bait and do everything they can to ruin stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna give my money to watch that. Are you?
don't even get Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Nah, no
yeah.
way. No
Got
way,
Disney
dude.
Plus because we subscribe to Hulu. They're like, hey,
Now,
we'll give this to you.
here's
I ain't paying
the problem. The problem at hand is that the creator himself, Rick Riordan, has given the race swapping thing, and he said it was 100% his decision, and he could not be happy with it.
There's a
Here's the
paycheck
problem.
involved.
Yeah, there's no way he would say I couldn't be happier with it. Yeah, because I'm sure like an extra tens of thousands of dollars
Oh,
as paycheck
sure,
is,
like
is
he did.
I'd be
Cool
happy
million
too.
or something.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Hey, here's 500 grand. Yeah, I'm super happy with the decision. Do. Yeah, obviously. But like, honest guys, like if you actually created something that like you sold and then someone else tried to like pervert it, wouldn't you be kind of upset? Like it's not your original vision. Yeah, I'd be pissed. But
Yeah,
then
the thing
again, if
is,
they gave me like $500,000, I'd probably be okay with it. Like,
now
let's
the
be
thing
real.
is, this is Rick's baby. Okay, this
Yeah.
whole book, this whole thing, and them turning it into this Disney show. Rick was involved in this, and for him to say that this was his decision and to be happy with it, well, dude,
I'd ask if you are heavy, if
It's
you've got a
it's
gun
either
pointed to
there's
your
a
head.
paycheck or they said, okay, well we're gonna, just get rid of you. Or they're like, well, we'll just not sell your stuff anymore.
Yeah, Noble.
Yeah, I'd be asking him to blink twice if
Yeah.
he's got a gun pointed.
If he needs
yeah,
help.
because look at this.
Yeah.
Like he's saying that the response to all of this has been overwhelmingly positive, and we're here like, what?
Yeah, no, it's not. Oh goodness, that's nuts.
No, right? No. But look, I think he's basically it's bad enough that I want to say like he's basically squandered his own baby, and he's
I mean, yeah, kind of.
god damn.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming,
It kind of.
assuming he didn't sell the rights to it, like to Disney outright.
Yeah, but we all know who sort of is disappointed he did that. Lucas.
No.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
a bad call, but yeah.
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah. Again. Now, basically, the whole right now, what's there? The TV series is basically going to be the classic old adage that we're going to ask again. We was Greeks and shit. You know, with in light of the current casting decisions.
Tell me where the dark-skinned individuals are in Greek mythology, please. Because I honestly don't know. I don't know Greek mythology.
I think they were probably very rare, but
I'm
they were
sure
either
they
slaves
had
or they were
thousands of
merchants
gods.
for the Phoenicians. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
probably it.
Maybe it's the olives.
What?
Maybe it's the olives. I don't know, but I digress. Like, there's got to be something, right? Like we got to get an answer for this sort of thing. Where are the dark-skinned Greeks?
I mean, like not even joking.
Southern
Greek
Mediterranean region.
Greek mythology had thousands and thousands of gods, like just a ludicrous amount of gods.
That's true.
So I honestly don't know.
That is true. That's true. Yeah.
My brain was not making my tongue do the right motions.
But yeah. Oh, I hear you. I feel the same way too. But I want to conclude this segment here with something that's so pertinent to what's happening and I'll let you guys, and I'd let you take the wheel because this is an analysis from Carl Denninger, marketica, about what's happening right now with, with productions and stuff and creativity.
There's
There's
quite a
still a
lot of
thing called creativity.
yeah. There's quite a lot of stuff going on with that censorship
Yeah.
and all that.
So have a
Woke
read
and
of
good
this.
can't coexist. I agree.
The two clash,
Woke
and
and good can't coexist.
the two clash, and
Two,
woke always wins.
yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Why woke?
increase that? I can't read it.
Okay.
Quite small.
Oh,
Yes, but
why woke? After all, most people don't want the bullet points above. They want fun escapism. There's no way anyone involved with entertainment production doesn't know this. As
as Dick has
I
pointed
would
out,
say escapism doesn't involve anything woke, but that's me.
yeah, and essentially, now I'll continue
We
reading
are
this.
escapists ourselves who like to
We
escape
are.
from reality.
All right, here we go. I've zoomed it in, so maybe it should be easier reading this. As Dick guys pointed
I
out
can
numerous
read it.
times, talent is hired for what they know and how well they do their job. If they don't entertain people, they should be fired.
but we live in a clown world, so we never get.
We get never-ending bad.
Oh, we get never ending bad. Yeah, we really do in clown world, guys. We really fucking do.
Well placed.
Yeah. God gave Satan the world. I'm sorry. I think I missed a line here. Woke is a deliberate choice. Why is it made? How did these people have jobs? Like, seriously, like, how do they? God gave Satan the world. I will not ponder why he did so. It's above my pay grade. Satan recruits humans, and some of them are in the entertainment industry. Actors, writers, directors, camera operators, producers. It's a losing proposition for the human who's always treated like used toilet paper. Good lord.
Yeah, like you tell me when you want to stop, and I'll
Oh yeah. Go on.
But yes, basically now I'll go on. If they stay in Satan's influence, over time they become more corrupt. They slip further and further away from whatever gifts God gave them. God
True.
holds the power of creation. He created the universe and everything in it. He's pretty badass and not someone you want to off. Yeah, piss off, whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the bottom of it, like, is where we get to this whole woke thing is that right now wokeness is a virus. They can't reproduce without
Now, what a lot of
host cell.
people forget is that wokeness generally is hate. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't try to find
its
anything good.
distilled form, yes.
The whole point of wokeness is to just destroy everything.
That's right. And right now what we're seeing is, because wokeness, they don't create. They have no touch of creation. And they only copy and destroy by corruption. Look, just look at the TV series and that we've got right now,
Dude, exactly.
Look at the Lord
This
of the
is
Rings.
yes, especially Lord of the Rings. This is what Morgoth does. Melkor was the greatest of the Ainur, and when he came to Middle Earth, he couldn't create life like he wanted to. Instead, he found life and then corrupted it, and then they became his demons. Yeah, evil can only corrupt; it cannot create.
That's right. And so, where we get with the wokeness thing is, this explains all the shit that's been coming out of, Hollywood and everything else, and Western media by now. It's, they are just trying to hijack into our beloved shows and properties, and and ruining them.
Yeah, man, that's what they're doing.
The bottom line of it. So, and
the
so
point that everyone seems to fail to realize is that it's not about This is propaganda. That's all it is. It's not about telling a good story. It's just propaganda.
Well, it's changing the stories that everyone knows into propaganda.
Yeah, well, smart people can look through it. We don't get fooled.
No, but the thing is, the important thing about this is, a lot of these people, like, to get back at it though, they've just basically given over to you know, they've thrown their lot in with the devil, basically.
Yeah, well, it goes on to say people who throw in with Satan are lower than bacteria. Over time, these evil adjacent people become like viruses, helpless, without a host to infect people and hijack. Eventually, they can't
Okay.
create. Yeah, we all know that. Of course they can. It's parasitic. And this is the
And
same
it's
with
not a
the
good
ideology.
parasitic either.
No, like it really
It's
is the same with ideology. You gotta just reject that nonsense. This woke
No, you have to.
craziness is
You
infecting
cannot
us.
coexist with woke. You've got to.
No, you can't.
you have to
It's
stomp it
impossible.
out.
Like you're literally walking on eggshells. Even if you're like a part of their little cult, even then, like it's bonkers, man.
One wrong phrase and you're out.
You're a cis white male. Ree. Like crazy stuff like that, man. It's nuts.
And
And
yeah,
they try to do this with like our media and like TV shows and stuff, trying to be all inclusive.
Oh
And they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
hurting the entire audience. Like no one wants to see that crap. Like I, I go to the movies to like escape the propaganda and like just
Have
have
fun.
yeah,
yeah,
enjoy
just
it. That's
enjoy a
what
movie
enjoy
for
the
like
story
two
of the
hours.
movie.
Yeah, like
That's
whatever.
and I kind of got that's what I got with the with Sonic and the bad guys too. Like it was a story done well. So there's
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
It was a story done well. It was pure escapism, and I did not get inundated with any of this other, you know.
Dude, and here's the thing too. I'm not entirely like not a fan of that because I think Zootopia, incredible movie, but they also did have some political messages in there. I mean, obviously, about segregation and stuff like that, but it was a movie done well. Like they focused on characters, their story arcs, good
Yes.
writing, good animation. So they did that right. In my personal opinion, I don't mind seeing political messages in movies, like if it's done okay, but I don't want to see messages that are like shoehorned in there just because,
You don't want it
just to like
rammed down
promote
your
some
throat
bullshit.
because
Like
that's what the
Zootopia
director
really
wants.
fucking nailed it. I think so.
Yeah,
What
long as it's
was
not
that?
ridiculously like overdone or
Yeah,
rammed down your throat the whole movie, it's like okay, fine. That's it's
yeah,
continuous
yeah,
throughout
totally.
the whole movie, constantly this opinion, this opinion, this opinion. It's like really.
Yeah, man, exactly. Like I think Zootopia balanced it very well, even though it was, quite obviously a message of some stances. But
Yeah.
I thought it was very well done. And another movies like they don't have to be, but some of the ones that are like they really just go crazy with it. It's just like not
So
worth it.
I want to move forward and wrap this segment up with what's there, like what can
Yeah.
we expect more of right now? You know,
Yeah,
is this wokeness going to intensify until we get rid of the people who've thrown their lot into the devil?
I don't know. I think that a lot more people are starting to kind of wake up to it. I don't necessarily know that it's going to go away overnight because it's obviously extremely well rooted at this point, but I I think it's kind of going to start plateauing because
Yeah.
people are starting to see it more. They pushed it too quick, too fast, too far, too fast.
Yeah, and they've
that's a good
overplayed their
opinion.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've overplayed their hand, and they're just all in.
Because I think they thought that they were more secured in it, and after they pushed really really hard with all the wokeism, they're just like, oh, I think we overdid it.
Nah, they're not gonna overdo it. They're just gonna all the way. They're basically all in until the
Yeah,
scorched
but I
earth.
mean, at this point, they're all their chips are out on the table. They're already all in. They can't take chips back.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. But yeah, aside from that though, that's where we're at the world. So only one way to go. Just stop supporting the woke. Reject it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, in regards to the whole woke thing, just remember when you're standing in a crowd of people and you're cheering on the death of someone, as soon as life leaves their body, that's it. You're a part of a mob that killed a lot of people, and you can never take it back.
Mhm.
I think it's
Whoa.
absolutely hilarious that these dumb fucks thought it would be a perfect idea to just walk up on a stage and try to attack a comedian. I'm crying out loud. You're not
Dave,
Will Smith.
Dave Chappelle.
You're
Dave
not a
Chappelle.
Yes.
borderline staged event. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, I hear ya. Well, that's all good. Dave's fine.
I don't know, man. Like, if it was staged or not, like, that's his wife. Like, let's say some comedian was making fun of, like, your wife, and you got, like, tens of millions of dollars in the bank. Yo, if I were him, I would have walked right up on that stage and slapped that bitch, too. He's got nothing to lose. He can buy a fucking private island if he wants to. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but I mean that's also a thing. When you go to a comedy show, you essentially write off the ability to get mad at the comedian.
Yeah, but wasn't it like the Oscars? Like, it's not supposed to be a comedy thing. Ah, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't care.
I don't
I
know
think that
what
was
the
a whole
Oscars are
distraction
supposed to be
anyway.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't even care about any of that stuff. The only reason I even heard about the Oscars happening is because that event happened. It was like all over Twitter or some shit, and I still really don't care.
It's like whatever. I don't care.
Well,
They're,
there we go.
Yeah,
So,
they
whatever.
all make many thousands of times what I will ever make. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
exactly.
squandered the shit out of it. So yeah. Anyway, so we've come to the end of this week.
Hmm.
What do you all think? Who's got to wrap up the closing statement?
Noble?
Ah, we're all doomed. Well, let's see what stupid shit comes up next week.
All right.
I seriously want to know, though.
it
Oh, yeah.
can't be. Well, no. We can only get dumber from here. So we are returning to Monkey.
It's the only way, Reject modernity, return to monkey. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this was super fun. I'm so glad to be back on the air this week. I know last week we had some things going on, but damn, things have gotten crazy. I'm very curious, like what future artists are going to do when it comes to like animating like live action furries, like how they can use art to animate their facial features and make them actually have expressions. That'd be kind of cool.
I think
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It starts really with the stylistic, depiction,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Aside from that, I hope you guys had an awesome week and enjoyed the show, and I'll see you next Friday.
Absolutely. I know, like, understandably, things have been kind of like in a state of stasis at the moment. Like, but I guess that's just kind of a reflection on the state of the world right now. It's just slowly inching on, trying to get back into full swing. At least that's where I feel like it, when I'm standing here. That's what I'm looking at right now. But that is that. And, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it. And as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more further down the line. All right, this is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
Don't forget to pull your head out of your ass.